Good afternoon, everyone. Hopefully everybody's ready for the break here in a few minutes, but thank you for sticking around. So last Friday, I wake up and I open up Twitter, and then less than 60 seconds after this tweet was sent, I went, woohoo, awesome, this is like the most amazing thing. It kind of fits in really well. So what happened was RIPE announced this thing, RIS Live, and so I saw this, I said, hey, this is great. This is going to be a really awesome a thing to toy with. So they've got their website, the RIS Live thing. They just launched over the weekend, and I think it's really important because I think a lot of us have trouble understanding what our external visibility is of our network infrastructure. It's generally hard to kind of look at that from all the places, and RIPE RIS has a lot of views globally of that. And the most important thing is that this is real time. I've had a lot of scripts where I go and I write and I fetch data from route views or somewhere else and go and process that. And this really makes it a lot easier for not only me as somebody who's curious in what's going on with the internet, but also for my employer, understand, okay, what's actually going on, how are people going selecting paths to our network. So here's the important stuff. It's still experimental. RIPE basically is soliciting input about this as a prototype, but I think this is super, super valuable. And I think you should tell them that as well. You should go and check this out and go and look at it. I think that if you're not feeding them, you should absolutely be doing that as well. Because there's talks like I linked to here from RIPE 72 where people will invisibly hijack your network and your address space. They may announce it selectively to peers over an IX or something and do spam runs or something, and it's really important that you have a really good visibility of what's going on with your address space. So you should definitely, if you haven't seen that talk, you should also check that out. But the service is selective. Instead of going and connecting to the full fire hose of all the BGP updates, you can actually say, hey, I would like to look at this prefix, this AS path. I only want BGP updates. I only want withdraws. So I understand when a network is no longer using my path. You can go and say, I'd like to look at their specific collectors. And they also have an option to dump in the raw BGP message as well. So if you want to go and decipher that, if you're trying to debug either conformance issues or you suspect somebody has some router that's has an attribute parsing bug, as we've seen over the many years, you can actually go in and look at that and pull that raw information out as well. So how do you make it happen? I went and put together about 60 lines of Python code real quick to go and do that, including using a radix lookup to look at everything, which is great for finding the more specific leaks that you might see or hijacks of your address space. You can load in your customer prefixes and stuff. I went and I'm not super sophisticated when it comes to Python, so I did it in less than an hour. And then you can go and tie it in with whatever your workplace environment is, if it's Slack or WebEx Teams or something like that, and have it feed in real-time information into your NOC or your SOCs that are looking at these things. And the other thing I did is I went and at NANOG 41, I gave this lightning talk where I talked about how I look for really weird routing leaks where you're kind of fuzzing people's policies, where it's a customer of a customer, but you learn it from a transit or a peer and you advertise it. And so I went and I sat down and I re-implemented that thing, which has been running in cron since 2007. Which is really cool because my code's been working for the most part since 2007, but it's also delayed in that. And so, and RIPE RIS has a lot more views than the route views data that I've been parsing over the years. And it makes a lot of that much better. So some early results, I went and I fetched out there. You've got these really cool AS paths that definitely have things, it's probably not expected that China Telecom is going to have 3 of their ASs right in the middle of an AS path. With different networks on each side. Those of you who like to look at these things, these AS paths are super interesting, just for who's there and why they're there, and understanding, okay, is this somebody trying to do some route poisoning technique or something else? But a lot of I know a lot of the backbones have been trying to filter out these types of techniques and these types of routes, because sometimes I've seen active data flowing over paths like this, and a lot of people maybe aren't looking real closely at their IPv6 stuff. So there's some software out there that can use this already. I put in the slides a link to my little ugly repo up on GitHub and stuff that I have that, as well as NANOG has this BGP alerter thing. It can actually send you email alerts as well. That they added in there as a feature. And then this whole thing has been done, there's this Artemis software as well. So if you're really interested in monitoring what's going on with your network, you should also check that out as well. Aside from that, any questions? Thanks. Robert. Oh. Say, I can invite you up here.
Talk loud.
Hello. Yeah. Hi, Robert Kirstaki,
Hi.
RIP NCC. Looks awesome. I will definitely try it out. If you have questions and suggestions for improvement, just talk to us. We'll happy to listen.
Yeah. Like I said, thank you. This is I've been super excited with this and toying with it ever since Friday morning. It literally was TGIF. Fun technology weekend. No other questions? Excellent. Thank you.